That we play a very intensive game. We defend very well. We tried to create till David was injured. After that, I think that we lost the ball too much. We wouldn't create clear chances. But if you cannot win, I think the best draw is in Tunnel.
Were you surprised by the way Real Madrid played, particularly in the first half? They were a lot more defensive than we've seen.
Well, we suppose he was going to, that they will try to play a slow game. That's why I think that we press very well. I think that we work as a team in the correct way to have the ball. Unfortunately for us, when we had the ball, we couldn't make the difference. We had 2 or 3 not clear chances, but some options, but we couldn't score.
The advantage is Real Madrid's now because they're at home, but some of Manchester City's best Champions League performances have been on the road, haven't they?
Yes, I think that especially this season we played very well away. We beat Sevilla, we beat Moscow, we drew against Paris Saint-Germain. So now we are going to go to Bernabeu with the same attitude. For our team, exactly the same to play away or to play at home. We are going to have more space. Real Madrid must attack a little bit more. And always I said that playing the first game at home is, you never know what is good. You cannot take too much risks because the goal away is so important. But now we'll see in the second leg who will play the final.
Could you just clear up David Silva's injury situation? What's happened to him?
He has a blow in his hamstring. I don't think that he will be fit in 1 week.
Thank you very much, Manuel.
Yeah, real shame. Bad news for Manchester City. Owen Hargreaves has joined us, our co-commentator. Owen, a bit warmer in here, hopefully. And what did you make of that? Surprised at the Real Madrid approach in particular? Or?
To be fair, I wasn't. I mean, Mac and I have seen Real Madrid in the Champions League against Wolfsburg and Roma, and they were so open. They were so poor. They could have easily gone out in those games. I think Zidane has just made them a little bit more organised, defend really well deep, and the front players can get opportunities. They didn't play great today, but they still could have scored and won that game on what was a corner. So I think tactically Zidane, you can see his blueprint on the team already, and I think when they go back to the Bernabeu, I think they'll fancy their chances.
And in terms of Manchester City, I mean, not too much free-flowing football, not many opportunities to score.
Well, I thought the game plan was good for Manchester City. I thought they pressed the ball incredibly well, but I've never seen Sergio Aguero so quiet. And I think the one thing it needed with Real Madrid being so deep and organised, I think it midfield runners. I think it needed width in midfield runners. They never really got that at any point. But I think if they do that, I think they'll get opportunities in the Bernabeu. We've seen them play Real Madrid at home. They'll be open, they'll attack, and I think City have the players to hit them on the break.
Especially with Ronaldo coming back, mate, you think they'd be more attack-minded next week, wouldn't you?
Oh, definitely. I mean, Real Madrid are going to open up. You know
what it's like when you go away from home. I mean, you play at home against these teams, and you think, oh, they're not as good as I thought they are. And you go back over to their place, and then they all suddenly become a different team, a different animal altogether, and you can be shocked sometimes if you're not ready.
I actually said to Cristiano before the game, I said, you almost have to be a little bit more defensive in this game. And he said the Real Madrid way is to attack. We have to play that way. That's the way we play, and they will.
He's kidding you on you. He's kidding. I mean, Manchester City, we're dealing in scraps, really. Though you talked about Aguero not getting much. We've kind of tried to find a couple of opportunities, not much.
But it was difficult. I mean, as I said, they set up to defend and be very, very good through the middle of the pitch. But this is the second half. Beginning of the second half was his first shot. And I mean, as you said, we're feeding on scraps here because they had really nothing really at home. And you'd expect them to have a bit more with the quality that they've got. But it shows you how well set up Real Madrid were. This is a great touch. He got called for a foul here, didn't he?
It didn't look like him, really.
I mean, as I said, they're going to have to come out and play a bit more when they go away. This is the run here.
This is the end of the game.
Yeah, that's easy, that as well.
And anyway, that's got to go across goal. You know, one of your players at second, that's an easy save for Navas. But in terms of from open play, there just wasn't really anything. Both teams are so well organised defensively.
What do we think to Gareth Bale's performance, Steve?
I thought he did well. I thought he was certainly the liveliest centre forward. If you look at him alongside Benzema, Jesse or Luis Vazquez, he was by far the more dangerous. This is a challenge by Otamendi. I think in the end he clipped his own legs. They're the type of areas that he wants to get, Otamendi or Vincent Kompany, and at times he looked dangerous, but I just think he was slightly shackled, really. Whenever he went infield, it had come across a bit more. This was nice play by him. He gets it back onto his left foot and tries to whip into the corner, but Joe Hart had it well covered.
See, this is where I like to see him, centre of the pitch. This is where I think he's most dangerous. When he was at Spurs, he was causing absolute havoc like this, and I think it's just because obviously, that's just
ridiculous.
Dirty. It's just,
that's a foul anyway, but
his best work is here in central areas, because once a player like that gets turned, behind their midfield and faces up a back four, it's frightening. As I said, I've been there. I've seen these hills going past me, and you think, I'm never going to get. I'm never going to catch him.
Do you think
so
that's dirty?
Yeah, well, you've got to bring him back. You've got to be dirty yourself.
He just had a role to play tonight, didn't he? And it looked as if he was just a little bit. Once he passed, he never went today, which you'd expect he would do away from home in the second leg when they needed results. But it looked as if everybody just played on the periphery, as if let's not take any chances.
There was a sense of we haven't got Ronaldo, wasn't there?
Well, I think the way they set up, you could see it after 2 minutes. You could see what they practice. I mean, you do that all the time, shape, and they just dropped into that shape. And I think they came not to lose the game. And that's exactly what happened. I think Zidane will be happy with their performance.
I think when Marcelo and Carvajal don't go, you know that they've been told, don't you dare go forward.
Do you think, generally speaking, at this level, that City have got enough creativity, if you like, in midfield, especially perhaps when Toure doesn't play?
My only worry of them is you've got the two holding midfielders, Fernando and Fernandinho. They've got to get the ball to the front four. That's the problem. When they won the ball, which they were brilliant at today, it was actually transferring the ball from them defensive areas to the attackers. And if the ball doesn't go there quick enough, the moment's gone.
How big a miss, Owen, is David Silva?
Well, he's massive.
That's my problem.
Oh, he's massive. I mean, we used to call him the Merlin because he was a little wizard. Honestly, he honestly used to just be able to find a pass and to miss him. He's one of the. I mean, in Scholes, he was one of the